Well, hello, my name is Frankie Savvy, and this is update number 3 for Hurricane Irene. It is Wednesday, August 24th at about 8:30 p.m. This is the latest advisory from the National Hurricane Center. It is giving Irene, centering it just over the Bahamas, with 120 mile per hour sustained winds. It's moving northwest at 12 miles per hour. And let's take a look at the current track that this hurricane should follow. As you can see, it's a major hurricane all the way up until it makes landfall as a Cat 3 hurricane on the Outer Banks of North Carolina. Excuse me. But it could become a Category 4 within this vicinity here. And the stronger it gets between this point and the Carolinas really gives it how strong it will be in the Northeast. At the moment, it appears that the hurricane will be of Category 2 strength at about 2 p.m. on Sunday, right off the shore of the tri-state area. That is very bad news for the region. Now, if there's any more weakening, obviously it could become a Category 1 or a Category 2, depending on the track. And if it intensifies and stays intense, and maybe doesn't even make landfall in the North Carolina coast, this thing can be a powerful Category 2, perhaps even a Category 3. Now, those are really long shot models there, but something to definitely keep in mind. Let me show you some of the models that have just came out. This is the 6 p.m. run of the GFS model, and this shows the current track of what the GFS predicts. Now, as you can see, very high, intense isobars wrapping around this thing. This is a Category 3 monster here, just making landfall in the Outer Banks of North Carolina, right where it juts out, right about there. This is about 2 a.m. Saturday, I believe, like early in the morning Saturday. Throughout the day Saturday, we'll be just lashing this region, and then by late Saturday night, early Sunday morning, this is the position of the storm. It's a powerful Category 3 storm still at this point. It should weaken to a Category 2 by the time it's just off the Jersey shore and right before it makes landfall just a second time, most likely eastern Long Island, central to eastern Long Island, according to the GFS here. But this hurricane is a massive monster that will cause power outages and gusty winds and coastal flooding and storm surge conditions all along the northeast coast. This will probably be the worst storm to hit the northeast in decades. Worse than Gloria, worse than Bob. So this is definitely something to keep in mind here. And as the storm continues on, it makes a secondary appearance over Boston, it looks like, according to the GFS, and then dissipates as it moves into Canada. That is a very scary model. Let me show you a European model, which is another model. It's only put out every 6 hours, so the accuracy of the track is a little less known, but it's very highly accurate within its limits. So let's take a look. This is about tomorrow early morning, a few hours from now, as it moves, and this is late tomorrow night, if not early on the day on Friday, and then this is Saturday morning, and then here we go into early Sunday morning, and finally through Sunday. Now you see how close the storm gets to the coast. This is very bad for the metropolitan area as well. And you could see how intense this storm is. I can't even read the millibar level there, but 988, I believe it says. I can't even tell. If that's a 938, that is a very bad prediction right there. That is just a very powerful Category 3 hurricane. Could be, a strong Category 2, Category 3 at this point, and it makes landfall again. Probably in western Long Island, Nassau, Queens, Sunday morning through afternoon as a Category 2 hurricane. So those are very, very important. This was the third update of Hurricane Irene. Tomorrow I will have a coverage on how the east end of Long Island is preparing for the storm. Probably on location at Sag Harbor or Greenport, right about the end of the island right here, currently the projected path here. I will also have more updates later on this evening, but thank you for joining me. This is a very serious event. If you live in any of these affected areas, please take heed to this warning here. The one last thing I want to look at here is the landfall should be in New England 2 p.m. Sunday. So during the day on Sunday. And look at the winds. That's Category 2 strength right there. 100-mile-per-hour winds with higher gusts. That is very strong for a New England hurricane. And even 2 p.m. on Monday, when it's well inland, it's still a very powerful tropical storm with 65-mile-an-hour winds. So this is getting very, very interesting for New England and the North Carolina coast. So stay tuned, and I'm out.